Modern life. It's full of shit that sucks ass. We got bills to pay, Tinder bios to sift through, and the inevitable heat death of the universe to think about. You think cavemen ever thought about the inevitable heat death of the universe? And how, even after death, their bodies would eventually be evaporated into nothingness? Probably not. Them boys was probably just chilling on a safari, hunting with the squad, thinking about where their next meal was gonna come from, dying at age 15. Even though we may be the same as our ancestors, our problems have shifted enormously. Sometimes you gotta wonder if all this progress isn't a trap of some sort, like golden handcuffs. That humans, we've been tricked into thinking that all this advancement is somehow making our lives better, when really, we've just been designing our own cages. And don't get me wrong, it's awesome to not die of smallpox and have indoor heating and plumbing. That shit is dope. I'm not advocating for a return to the days of sleeping in leaf beds and shitting diarrhea every time you drink from a river filled with bacteria. But I do think that as humans have built all this shit, we're entering a new world of problems that the natural world did not prepare us for. The natural world prepared us for very different problems. We used to have an appendix because we used to have to digest some grass or some shit we ate. We got thumbs because having opposable thumbs is awesome for making tools and shit. But there's no organ or limb for dealing with loneliness or lack of purpose. We're on our own for that one. So I think that's where this cynicism comes in. But you might ask, what is cynicism? And oh boy, I'm glad you asked that because I just Wikipedia'd it myself. And apparently, cynicism is a mode of thought centered around distrust. Mainly, the distrust that humans are good. Cynics believe that humans, at their core, are capital N, not capital G, good, not good. And this can lead to the thought that life itself is also not good. So, given all that, I think cynicism, or distrust, is our self-defense mechanism for dealing with all the bullshit of the world. But here's the thing, it doesn't actually deal with the root cause of the bullshit that we have to put up with. It just kind of protects us from it and shields us from it. It makes us curse the world and be skeptical of it, and it cocoons us from the real shit. It allows us to be distant and put some space between us and all the stuff we have to deal with, and just laugh at it and make fun of those who are taking the whole game too seriously. I mean, cynicism exists for a reason. There's a lot of fucking shit to be stressed out about in the modern day. Money. Money makes the world go round, man. We got entire institutions and civilizations built on money. Money ain't nothing but a way of saying, I did shit for society, so now give me my due share. Right? You fucking work on an oil rig. How the fuck is the guy at the supermarket supposed to know that you did shit to provide the electricity for his shitty one bedroom? The greenback you got. That's how he knows you did your part keeping up this fragile ass system and that you deserve to take home those onions and potatoes and pork chops. But it's so easy to get sidelined by money in our society because money is the gatekeeper to so many things. The more money, the less gates. So we try to get more and more, forgetting why we're even getting it in the first place. Love. Holy fuck, do humans want love? We want the person across the bar to swoon for us. We want our friends to adore us and be jealous of our lives. We want our families to give us validation and not regret that we were the sperm that won. We just want acceptance, and we want to feel like we belong. But that shit is so fragmented today. It's so hard to tell what's real and what's not. There's screens and Tinder and one-liners. And I'm not saying technology is bad or any of that Calvinist shit and that we should all live in that town from Footloose and never dance. But you gotta admit, it's fucking weird finding love nowadays, and the process of finding love can make you feel lonelier than when you started, and that's the weird fucking thing, that the whole process makes you feel like you're inadequate. And finally, last but not least, purpose. Why are we here? Hurtled onto the fucking earth, plucked into consciousness from nothing. When you think about it, we've spent 14 billion years in nothingness. We get to spend a few dozen years here on Earth, and then the literal rest of eternity back in darkness. Being alive is nothing but a small blip. It wouldn't matter if you lived 2 seconds, or 72 years, or a million years. It would all just relatively be a blip in time. Your time here and my time here is just a coincidence. And that shit is fucking scary to think about. That we have limited time here, and there's nothing out there to lead us, and it's fucking up to us to figure out how to spend that time. Is it looking for money? Finding love? Is it making dumbass YouTube videos, thinking about life? There's no answers out there. Cynicism makes this all easier. Cynicism says we're just atoms, so who the fuck cares? Screw over as many people as you need, make your money, fuck bitches and hoes, bread and circuses, just live a life full of hedonism. Cynicism is a way of blocking those feelings of dread out. Cynicism removes us from it, makes us doubt the premise of it all. What are we to do, faced with this incredible uncertainty, this looming inevitability that things will go wrong? What are we to do? You know, I used to think that life was just bullshit. That it was all a game, and that only certain people got to have fun in it. And for the rest of us, it was a slog we had to get through. I think there's some other places we can look to for help with these questions. Based on this one YouTube video I watched on the subject, the philosophy of cynicism is actually quite different than how we think of it today. It all started with this guy named Diogenes in ancient Greece, who basically rejected materialism and societal constructs. He apparently just wandered from town to town with just the clothes on his back and lived a simple, carefree life. And he actually seemed happy. There's a story that Alexander the Great told him that he could have anything he wanted, and Diogenes was just like, yeah, just get out of my son, bro. And then there's this Dave Chappelle joke. He talks about how Anthony Bourdain had the best job in the world, eating food, chilling out, doing whatever the fuck he wanted, and he killed himself. But this other guy that Dave knew, who was broke, divorced, and working at Foot Locker, never occurred to that guy to kill himself. I think the answer to modern life and to cynicism is to try, man. So, what do I mean by trying? I just mean giving some genuine effort at life, doing life with good intentions and good faith, and just thinking that maybe it is worthwhile. Maybe. Just maybe. Who knows, right? But maybe it's worthwhile. Like Diogenes or the guy at Foot Locker, we can just try to think that life is gonna work out and enjoy life for what it is. Okay, now that I said that out loud, I do kind of realize it sounds like bullshit, that the answer to cynicism and hating the world is to just not hate the world, is what I basically just said. But I mean, it kind of works. I've found in my life that just thinking positively and giving a sincere effort into living a happy life and wanting that is good for me and my life. I've been trying to think positively about life, to really think I can do anything, even though saying that sounds like such hoity-toity bullshit. Like, really, I can do anything? I can go be an Olympic equestrian rider? Of course it sounds like bullshit. But the alternative is to slip into doubt and self-hate. The alternative is to waste our time here, and even though it's a blip, it's precious, our time here. If I'm gonna be here, I might as well try to make it a good time. And the best way I can think to make it a good time is to embrace life and to try.